What happened to the Kaurna language? How was it that it ceased to be spoken? What happened to the Kaurna language is very much tied up with what happened to the Kaurna people. The main factors we can identify that led to the demise of the Kaurna language are: 1. The introduction of disease, especially smallpox, typhoid and influenza, which caused the population to plummet, even before colonisation itself. 2. The activities of sealers who kidnapped many Kaurna women. 3. The separation of children from their parents and from the influence of their elders. 4. The implementation of an English-only education. 5. The marginalisation of Kaurna people within their own lands, not only by the influx of European colonists, but also from the inward migration of Aboriginal peoples, mostly single males, from other language groups. 6. The removal of Kaurna people from their lands. Kaurna people were sent to Penindi in Bungala country, Point Pearce in Narungga country, and Rauken in Ngarrindjeri country.
There were laws where, that we were put on missions. We weren't allowed to speak our culture, we weren't allowed to have cultural practice, so a lot of that was taken away from us. And it's only since '67 that we're allowed to be Aborigines again, for want of a better word, but we're allowed to be Kaurna, we're allowed to be Ngarrindjeri, we're allowed to be Adnyamatna, we're allowed to learn our own language. There was a time when that wasn't allowed and it was looked down upon, and there was actually punishment for cultural practice and speaking your own language.
7. Assimilation policies prompted Kaurna parents to withhold the language from their children, for fear of them being taken away.
Stealing our kids away, which is the most barbaric thing that any culture in any time in any part of history in this world, the most barbaric thing you can do to any person is to steal their kids. Now, if you have a national policy about taking people's kids away from them, what sort of a society are you running? But it was about stealing their kids away and assimilating our kids to become good white people, whatever that means.
8. Intermarriage with Europeans and with Aboriginal people from other language groups upon whose lands they were living made it almost certain that children did not grow up speaking Kaurna. Fortunately, the German missionaries Clement Sherman, Christian Teichelmann and Samuel Klose took a positive attitude towards Kaurna. They documented the language well for the time, 1830s to 1840s, and introduced Kaurna literacy. Without their work, little could be done now to reclaim and reintroduce the language.